What is up, what is up, what is up, guys? What is up? Don't go too far now, puppy. So yeah, man, it seems like this is my spot for me to be at when I'm doing these vlogs and stuff. I don't show you guys much of the day, which I think I should. Let me know if you want to see more of the day and not just me, my face, and I know, you know, but look at it. Alright. I'm just playing. But guys, today we're gonna talk, I'm gonna read to you the response of the Bajan Prime Minister.
Hi, Julie.
Yeah, guys, sorry for becoming so light-skinned. I need to be black, man. Jesus Lord. So before we get into this, guys, I actually have, I just found out that when the Prime Minister was giving his, his speech and whatnot, he actually was saying that Ross is actually ready for, or it would seem that he was saying that Ross is actually ready for, what? There's some crazy creatures up in here, man. I don't know what that was, but that was some kind of bee-like thing. But anyways, so I just got the thing there. So source from CMC is saying that the Dominica government had informed the US-owned Ross University School of Medicine that it could have resumed its operations on the hurricane-struck island even before the start of January semester in 2019, a senior government diplomat has said. Dominica's ambassador to the United States and the Organization of America's State, Vince Henderson, speaking on a radio program here on Tuesday night, read from a 3-page letter Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit had sent to the university in July, indicating the plans were advancing for the resumption of classes in Portsmouth of the north of Dominica. And this is in quotes, so I will read what's in quotes. It is my fervent hope that, all things considered, there will be a much earlier reopening of the campus that has been indicated in your earlier communication and during your visit in April 2018. Skerrit wrote the July 9th letter to the Adtalem Global Education President and Chief Executive Officer at Ross University, Lisa Wardell, the CEO. I wish to assure you that all the arrangements we discussed for the accreditation for Ross by the medical board have been acted upon to meet the desired expectations. Skerrit is reported to have written telling the university officials to please accept my warmest regards as we work together for the recommence of the full operation in terms of the PCAT campus of Ross. I am prepared to meet with you soonest to discuss our continuing partnership, he wrote, informing Wardell that Dominica was ready for the school, which has been in operation here for the past 40 years. And, let me see if anything else he stated. Guys, I have two stupid dogs in front of me. Barbados came into the picture only when Ross University returning to Dominica for the start of January semester in 2019 was not an option. So they're basically saying that there is not an option of Dominica, yet the government is saying that there is an option, which is rather interesting. But when Ross came, they realized that that's what Lisa was saying, they realized that Dominica was not an option, or is not ready for Ross University to come back to Dominica. That's when they said that January was not an option. And that's where, the Prime Minister of Barbados came in. That's where she came in. So let me just read the stuff that she said. It's pretty long. Hey! Don't make me fire that thing there, no. Behave all yourself. Hey, stop that. Too foolish dog by me. Okay, I finally got it, guys. I finally got it. Okay, good afternoon. This is from the letter sent to from the Amor Mottley. Alright, take care.
Good afternoon. I'm quite amazed and a bit disappointed that some Barbadians and others across the region appear duped by the attempt by a few who have sought to create discord and confusion over the decision of Adtalem Global Education to locate one of its institutions, Ross University School of Medicine, to Barbados. I'm not qualified to speak for or on behalf of Ross, but what I can say is that the hands of the Barbados government are clean in this matter. Let me make it absolutely clear. Barbados came into the picture only when, for Ross University, returning to Dominica for the start of the January semester in 2019 was not an option. This is not and has never been a case of poaching or enticing anyone away from Dominica. Let me give you the facts. The government of Barbados was first approached on this matter on May 31st, 2018, within a week of forming the government. In our first conference call the following day on June 1st, I sought to have a number of matters clarified. My first response was to inquire of the state of recovery and rehabilitation in Dominica, and whether there was anything sister islands in the Caribbean, like Barbados, could do to fast-track the process of rehabilitation in Dominica. It must be known and understood by all concerned that Ross University had not actually been operational in Dominica since the passage of Hurricane Maria, and indeed, the student and faculty bodies were temporarily relocated to two separate countries since last year, namely St. Kitts and Tennessee. That situation will continue, I'm told, into the next semester.
So that means they're going to stay till December. They're going to stay in Tennessee and they're going to stay in St. Kitts till December. So all the Dominicans who were worried about, you know, leaving immediately or after the semester or something like that, nah, they stay until December. So, yeah.
The question for Ross, therefore, was how soon could and would the situation be regularized to the extent of housing all students in the operation of the university, if not under one roof, surely on one island. Indeed, as they expressed it, how could they meet the expectations of all their stakeholders, the students, the parents and faculty, and then their shareholders as a publicly traded company? We inquired of Ross, as I said, whether all options and scenarios had been explored and fully exhausted. We spoke with officials of the Dominica government who were still hopeful of a return of the school.
Return, like I just said previously, in terms of they coming back, because Dominica actually said that they could come back, but apparently Ross said no, they were not ready. Dominica was not ready.
But who conceded that a January startup was highly unlikely given their circumstances. It was only after Dominica was ruled out for the January startup of classes, and when attention had turned to at least two other potential locations in the region, two sister Caribbean islands, that Barbados then embraced the idea of making itself available as a possible site for relocation. It should also be noted that Adtalem Global Education has extensive operations all over the world and not just in the Caribbean. Hence, their choices have always been not just the Caribbean region. In all our discussions with Ross, it was stressed ad nauseum the impact the move would have on Dominica and the Dominican economy, and the clear need to mitigate this fallout.
So, I think you get the gist of it. So, a lot of people tend to blame the Bajan Prime Minister. I don't know about the Bajan Prime Minister. A lot of people tend to blame the Bajan Prime Minister for causing Ross to leave Dominica. No. Dominica is basically saying that yes, we could have opened operations. Ross came to Dominica and realized that is not so at all. So they came to Dominica and came to Barbados, and Barbados explored all the options, they say, and you know, they ended up with the decision of bringing Ross to Barbados. It is a decision of Ross, not Barbados, because Dominica wanted to open back operations, but Ross realized that hey, Dominica isn't ready at all. And considering the interviews that we did with a number of the folks, they were literally saying that the government wasn't doing much, or if anything at all, to try to bring back Ross, because they say we would have seen it, but we haven't seen anything. I mean, they cleared the roads, and that is pretty much it. There are a number of houses, apartments, a number of places without roofs. I remember when Discover Dominica was going around and looking for places to house the folks from Jazz and Creole. They almost closed it down because they said that there was not much apartments available. But then after a while, whether it's in Roseau, where they have to bring down people, via buses, all these kind of things, that they made the accommodations so that everybody could be able to, come to Jazz and Creole. Remember, Jazz and Creole almost didn't happen. So when Ross came down, they realized Dominica is not ready. Not much was done. I haven't seen much done. I live in Picard. I didn't see much done. I only saw they clear the roads and put up wires and these things. But Ross say the Dominica wasn't ready, so they ruled out Dominica from being an option for the January semester opening. And therefore, Barbados took on the initiation, since Ross was also looking for more people, more places to go to, and they decided, okay, let's take on Ross. That's how Barbados ended up with Ross, Ross went to them after they ruled out Dominica from the January semester opening. Because I know even earlier this year they were saying that, Ross sent out an email saying that they will be coming back in January. And now they came back in April, to see what was going on, and they realized Dominica is not ready, and then that. So stop blaming the Bajan Prime Minister. I was saying Barbadian. It's Barbadian or Bajan. It's Bajan, I know, so Bajan I stick with. Stop blaming the Bajan Prime Minister for that. I think the blame of it should be on our end. That is why I think it should be. It's on our end. It's we that lapse. It's our end. It's our fault. Because we were not ready to take on Ross. Ross came down in the sea. We were not ready at all. Even though the government was saying we're ready. Ross not foolish. They seen for themselves and say, hey, we're not ready. So hey, we're not ready. Like I just mentioned about Jazz and Creole. Jazz and Creole almost didn't happen. So they had to make extra provisions and all these things and whatnot. And then Jazz and Creole came back up. Given the short amount of time that Jazz and Creole had. So, and Jazz and Creole probably bring in a few, 2, 3, maybe not even 2, probably 200-300 people from overseas. Ross bringing 8 to about thousands, a few, because I think each semester is about 300 or 400 students. 4 times 4 is 12, so about 1,200 students every semester, And I can understand that aspect, but that is what I have there today, guys. I have something else. Also, there's a meeting that will be held tomorrow in Portsmouth at the credit union. I think it's at, let me get that time for you guys. A press conference at Picard tomorrow, which is today, at 11, and on Thursday evening there will be a town hall meeting at the credit union conference room. That's what is being said. So guys, definitely be there to go and listen to what the organizers of that meeting have to say. And of course, I think it's a way of us moving forward, man, because it's ridiculous what's taking place. Absolutely ridiculous. But c'est la vie. Oh, and by the way, guys, I got some. No, let me do that in another vlog. Guys, watch the next vlog because I over exit my time. Let me watch the other vlog. Remember, guys, subscribe, turn on your post notifications to get all the videos as they come through, and definitely, thumbs up this video. Would appreciate that. And guys, remember, be real, be positive. Stay tuned for the other vlog.